Our biggest sale of the year is happening right now during the Season of Inspiration at Team Mazda. Now's your chance to get 0% financing for 60 months on a new Mazda CX-5 and make no payments for 90 days. Get savings on top of savings right now at Baton Rouge's Mazda dealer, Team Mazda on Airline.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Eureka, that's a sunrise. Look at that. It's a bird on wings.
Look at it is. It kind of does look like that. Look what you did. That's a good shot.
Yeah.
Sky 9 Camera Network peeking in from West Baton Rouge, across the river into downtown Baton Rouge and beyond. Yeah. Livingston's getting all lit up over there.
Yeah, they are.
They're getting all lit up.
Oh, stunning start here. It is a good look.
Yeah.
How about it, Steve? On this Thursday, beautiful shot, but some cold temperatures behind you to pair with it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The sun can be a little bit misleading. Pretty cold outside this morning with most of us in the 30s. Baton Rouge 36, and as expected, some areas north and northeast of Baton Rouge with a brief light freeze this morning. Hammond, Bogalusa at freezing 32, Macomb 31, New Roads just above 33, Gonzales at 34, and running a good bit colder than it was at this time yesterday morning. Many spots 10 to 15 degrees colder than it was at this time on Wednesday. There's that sunrise shot again. Liz kind of describes as a bird, almost an angelic shot out there. Sky 9 view brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake, and you can see some high clouds overhead as well. So we will see some high clouds returning today, but overall not a bad day after a cold start this morning. Pretty comfortable by lunchtime, around 60. Highs in the mid 60s today, which is right around normal. So as I mentioned, we've got some of these high clouds now moving back into the area. So we'll call it partly to mostly cloudy through the day today. But our focus is shifting out west. Storm system moving into the west coast. That's going to be the next real weather maker for us. So we continue to give you the first alert to storms returning this weekend, in particular by late Saturday. Let's give you a closer look at that timeline. So if you have outdoor plans on Saturday morning should start out largely dry. Even around lunchtime, still showing up mainly dry here on the graph model. The graph only generating a few showers and storms into the afternoon at 3 o'clock. I'll go with afternoon rain chances of 30 to 40% on Saturday. Into the evening, 7 o'clock, the graph still has most of it to our west. Doesn't bring it in closer till like 9, 10 o'clock Saturday. So right now it looks like best chances for rain and storms after dark Saturday into the pre-dawn hours of Sunday as that front moves on in. Storm Prediction Center still highlighting a severe weather threat across the deep south from Saturday into Sunday morning. Locally now, much of our area is under the 1 out of 5 marginal risk, but just northwest of Baton Rouge in yellow, still the 2 out of 5 slight risk. Rain totals look to be modest, generally coming in on average under an inch, although could be locally higher in spots where we get some stronger storms. Today going to be dry, a high of 65, warmer Friday and Saturday, 73 for a high tomorrow, up to about 80 on Saturday as we await that cold front. And then once the storms exit and the front is through here, bottom kind of drops out. We go from a high of 80 on Saturday to a high of 57 on Sunday. Starts out kind of chilly next week. We'll keep it cool for much of next week, a little bit below normal. Also mainly dry through Thursday. Maybe a chance of rain returning late next week. Time now is 7:06. So Johnny, as we get out the door this morning, a cold start. What about traffic there? How's that doing?
Traffic's behaving very well all morning. I think some of that might have been to the fact that a lot of folks got out real early this morning, as we've been doing every morning, because of the expectation of those 2 right lanes closed between right around Acadian Thruway to right past Dalrymple. Those lanes opened at 4 instead of 5 this morning, and that created that made for a good day in traffic. And we're still seeing that, still reaping some benefits. All of these traffic cameras in and around the downtown area look really good, and our drive times about what we normally see. Coming in from Denham Springs, about 21 minutes from Juban to the 1012, and then we take you down toward Terrebonne Parish, where we definitely have some slower traffic in and around an area of reduced visibility. Highway 182 is very slow in both directions right around Highway 90 because part of Highway 90 is still temporarily closed, and they've also closed part of Highway 182 this morning, and also taken some schools out of session today in those areas of parts of Terrebonne, parts of Lafourche Parish, due to not only the reduced visibility from possibly some fog, but some smoke from marsh fires. So do be aware of that. It's very south and east of here, but definitely wanted to kind of get you clued in on that. We do it every morning. We go over to Studio B and give you an opportunity right before you leave the house to catch up on some of the more significant stories we might have been following this morning that you might have missed during 9 News this morning on WAFB. We do it on WAFB Plus from Studio B, and Matt and Liz always run over there and take care of that for us. Guys, good morning.
Johnny, good morning to you, and thank you. And this morning, starting off with a national headline that started as a developing story yesterday afternoon. Mass shooting at UNLV, the campus there at University of Nevada. Matt, this is something that you see there, and a lot of people are thinking, okay, what could have happened here and why? But it's a scene that we're kind of familiar with seeing. Students running out of a building. You've got SWAT team members, you've got police officers, you've got a number of different law enforcement agencies surrounding a college campus.
You've got 3 people dead, another seriously injured as well, and a few others taken to the hospital. And so now you move that out, the ripple effects. That is 3 people, students, presumably here. They're getting ready for finals, right? That's what this was. It's like finals week at UNLV, like it is at so many different other college campuses all around the country. And now you have families who will not be getting those kids home for the holidays. Who is this suspect? There's been some reports coming out, perhaps a professor from other universities, not here. Perhaps he was interviewing for a job here, was not given that job here. We'll figure it out. They will figure it out. But the conversation is about the loss of life. 3 lives taken right before the holidays.
And so today, on this new day, we're watching to find out more about this investigation, possibly more about the victims involved, and just know that all classes have been canceled for the rest of the week. And to Matt's point, this is finals period, a very pivotal time, especially for folks who might be graduating in the month of December. How does all of that play out? Well, we'll continue to follow this.
Let's get you in South Louisiana. Actually, you need to get your eyes on this. Crime Stoppers alert. This guy's wanted for a couple of charges. You got a battery charge of a dating partner and child endangerment. So we got a name and a picture.
Police actually believe that Joshua Singleton, he might be driving a 2016 gold Honda Accord. If this picture, if that vehicle description sounds familiar and that jogs your memory, go ahead and call in that tip to Crime Stoppers. They could always be eligible for a cash reward, especially if they're able to find him.
Absolutely. So there we've got picture and a name, right? Don't have a name here, but do have a picture and another Crime Stoppers. This is out in Tangi. They're looking for information on who this person might be. Apparently, he, according to them, he and some other folks robbed a store, maybe assaulted an employee.
3 people walked into that store, and that store employee got involved. And then it turns out here, they attacked that employee.
Was it like potentially mace? Trying to spray with mace?
On the way out. That's what they're thinking at this point. So have a good look. This is actually a pretty decent picture here. That's who authorities believe may be responsible here. If this person looks familiar, or maybe you're thinking you may know somebody who knows somebody, look, it's a small community. You never know. Go ahead and share that on social media so they can call in that tip to the Tangi Crime Stoppers line. That's that 1-800 number.
It's right there. Yeah, absolutely. You're right. Okay. This is something the Baton Rouge Police Department does very often. Little community walk and talks. It's all about trying to connect as much as they can police officers to those in the community. They got another walk tonight.
They sure do. The goal is to reduce crime here. And keep in mind, the corner of East Brookstown, that's kind of where a shooting happened just yesterday here. So police showing a show of presence out there, making it known, look, this is not going to be tolerated in our community, and they want you to join in on this. Walk and talk. They need people to talk to and walk with. So if you're out there thinking, look, we want our streets back, tonight is the night. 3:45, they want you to join them there at 5300 East Brookstown's Drive. They want you to join them again on this pivotal conversation because it's a multi-pronged effort to make sure crime is cut down on, and that shows in numbers. There's strength in numbers when you see a group of people walking out there.
You're right. No,
chances are criminals aren't going to be out there.
And it looks like it's going to be a good night for some good conversation. Make your way on out there. Be a part of that. You're right. You're exactly right. Speaking of conversations, we need to have more of this. The Soul in the South documentary from WAFB. We're talking more about that a little bit later on today. Our friend Clay Young has actually a podcast going on.
A live podcast. He's coming to WAFB to talk about Sold in the South, sex trafficking in Louisiana, talking with our Rick Porche, who is one of 2 photojournalists at WAFB who made this come together over a year-long process. And if you missed it, please take the 28 minutes and 30-some seconds to watch this. It's waiting for you in this story right now. And then they want you to join in on that live conversation today, 12:30. That's going to air here on WAFB Plus, on our YouTube channel, and our Facebook page. And the great thing about those places, Matt, is that you can chime in, add your comments, even ask questions, because we're going to have Rick, Clay, and Dr. Dana Hunter. She's actually over the executive director over Louisiana's Office of Human Trafficking Prevention. If you want to know how to get involved or how this happens to maybe a neighbor, somebody you know, this is the time to ask.
Not enough conversations happening about this. That's the whole point of this documentary and this conversation later today. Be a part of it if you have some time. Okay, some other things going on. It is that day. It is that day of infamy. Welcome to 82 years since the attack on Pearl Harbor. And all over the country, including right here, some opportunities to remember.
A number of them, in fact. There's going to be a remembrance lunch that you can participate in. There's also an events remembrance ceremony that's happening at the USS Kidd, 11:45 this morning. If you're thinking, okay, well, I've got some time during my lunch break to go check it out, well, we've got all the details in this story. If you scroll down, there's some of them where you do need to register for, which we have that link bolded in yellow.
Yeah, there it goes.
You can see here. If you'd like to maybe stay at home and watch something, well, we've got a link to also the National World War II Museum in New Orleans. They're streaming their remembrance ceremony today. Again, that begins at 11:45 as well.
Want to let you know about this as well. The school board in East Baton Rouge, special meeting tonight. It's about approving or not approving perhaps the new contract for Dr. Cito Narcisse.
Over the next 4 years, we'll see what the school board decides to do. We'll be in that meeting and let you know.
Also want to let you know here, Mary Brighton, Baton Rouge General Holiday Light. Oh, this is a lot of fun. This is one of those great spots.
Yeah, holiday lights over at Baton Rouge General. The Snow and Glow event, they're selling tickets for that. Sold out tonight, but there's another event happening this month, and Callie's got those details for you in the
Want to quickly let you know about this. The LSU's offensive line named a finalist for the Joe Moore Award. That is the top award for an offensive line. Why wouldn't they? Because that kid, QB5, Jaden Daniels, is up for a big award himself. Everything that they were able to do in front of him, allowing him to do his thing. We'll see. He's picking up an award today. Another big one perhaps on Saturday.
We know Johnny's going to be watching Saturday night. Big deals. We wait to see QB5.
That's the one.
Yeah, it seems like the more I listen to kind of the national pundits and commentators, it feels like the momentum is certainly headed towards him getting that Heisman. So fingers
certainly
crossed.
turned since the first of the year, and rightfully so.
Yep.
No, I think you're right. Again, he's in Baltimore today, picking up the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award for the best quarterback in the country. So, a lot to be proud of.
We're excited. See purple and gold.
Celebrate this holiday season with the gift of a new Honda during Happy Honda Days at Team Honda. And now you can make no payments for 90 days on our biggest selection of Hondas this year, making this the happiest time of the year. Come save now at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.